If you had a distal radius fracture and you had surgery, I'm going to share with you a few things that I do with my patients every single time they have come to me with a distal radius fracture. My name is Wong. I'm an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist. If you've had a distal radius fracture and you've had surgery, please go find yourself a therapist that can help you, one, get the recovery that you need, and two, explain to you what you need to do to get this recovery better and faster. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I do with my patients. One is with paper tape. I mean, you have to do the usual, range of motion, the exercises, the stretching, stuff like that. And there's phases of what you're allowed to do month 1, month 2, and month 3. Go watch some of my other videos. I have a bunch of other videos that give you tips on how to stretch and how to move and things like that. But I'm going to show you a couple of out of the box usual things that I do with my patients based on what they have. So if you have a surgery, you're going to have a scar. And one of the things that I love using is paper tape for scar. I actually had knee surgery over 20 years, about 20 years ago. And I had a scar right on my patella, right on my kneecap. And I scar very dark and very, I call them like speed bumps. It's very raised. So sometimes people call it keloid scarring. It's not keloid. Keloid is like when it grows beyond the borders of the scar. This is what they call hypertrophic scarring. And it's just like a speed bump. You feel it and you're like, why is it so hard and raised, right? That's the kind of scarring I have. This is going to help you if you have it. Even if you don't have that bump, but you feel real tight, like there's a lot of scarring, there's outside scarring and then there's inside scarring. And one of my patients that recently came to me, she from the outside looked like she was really good. It was nice and flat and it was very light. You could barely see it, but she had dense scarring on the inside. Paper tape, buddy. So you can find this in any drugstore. You can order it online. It's very inexpensive and it's very easy to use. My favorite brand is 3M. It's the one that sticks the most and it's the one that sticks the best, right? So you want paper tape. And paper tape, for everyone who's like, oh, I'm allergic to tape, paper tape is a tape that people use when they're allergic to any other tape. So it's very, very gentle on your skin. You have to try it at your own risk. You watching this video for free. You can do whatever you want or don't do it, right? Keep listening and I'm going to give you my warning. I love using this for scars, especially scars that are very close to a crease or wrinkles, anything near a joint, because it's through movement that you help to soften scars and make them softer and allow them to realign. Yes, there's scar creams, but those scar creams are for lightening things up. Paper tape is a little bit more aggressive because when you have a scar from orthopedic type of injury, this type of scarring needs movement to loosen up, right? So paper tape is going to do that. You're going to put your wrist into a flexed position, right? So just let it drop just a little bit, not all the way down, right? Just a little bit. And then you're going to put the tape into your palm and then tape it all the way down. There's no rhyme or reason. You don't have to be fancy with this, right? I love it because it's very easy to teach my patients and anyone can do it. You just need to buy some paper tape, right? Now, I'm just going to show you like this. You see how it's pulling? The tape is kind of tight. So when I pull my wrist back, look at how it's pulling on my skin. So instead of sitting there and massaging your scar all the time, you can put this tape on and go about your day, drive, and it's going to pull on your scar for you. So this tape is really good to do the work instead of you constantly massaging it. It's going to do the work of massaging your scar for you because all it's doing is it's kind of giving it a stress to the fibers underneath, and it's through that stress that like softens it up and allows that scar to move better without holding you back. When you bring your wrist back, you're going to feel that pull on your skin. Scars are not just where you see them. Don't be cheap with your paper tape, right? You can use as much as you want. And it's because paper tape by its nature is really relatively inexpensive. So you can bring it all the way down wherever you feel that pull, you can pull. And then you can go about, do your exercises, move around, write, drive, eat, and you're going to feel that scar. You're going to feel that scar being pulled by that paper tape. My favorite thing to do is if your scar is here, I use 2 pieces of tape, right? Again, you can pull it. You don't have to have this fancy little thing. I don't know why we have that, but anyway. So if you have a scar, I like to do a scar like X marks a spot, right? Or you can just overlap it a little bit wherever your scars are. So sometimes I'll just do a little bit, X marks your spot, and I'll come a little bit lower with my second tape, just wherever you feel it. Now it feels even harder, right? So when are you allowed to use paper tape? You're allowed to use paper tape once your scar is mature. What do I mean by that? So you don't want it to have incisions, to be red and irritated, right? You want the wounds to have closed, the scar to, have calmed down a little bit, not be so red. That's what we mean. It's usually a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks before I put paper tape on somebody and start aggressively moving them. Because again, if your scar is irritated and you put this shit on, you're going to irritate it some more. So don't do that. Don't do that, right? So wait, have a little patience, and then you could use it and it will help move your scar, right? It's really great. I love using it. There's different ways in which we use it. This is just one way. So up to you. You want to try it? Don't try it. Doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot. So you're going to wear it for 2 hours, because after wearing it for about 2 hours, it starts to lose the stiffness that comes with the tape, right? Because it starts to stretch out and you'll start to lose the stiffness. That's okay. Just wash your hands, take the tape off, right? Wash your hands, put some alcohol on it, put some water and soap on it. It doesn't matter. It's very nice and light to your skin. After you take it off, try it and be like, oh my God, my scar feels so light, so loose. And then guess what? If you don't put it on, you don't work the scar, it's going to tighten back up. So one of the things I tell my patients is you can wear this for every 2 hours. Like you put it on for 2 hours, take it off, put it on again for 2 hours, take it off. You just need to wear it during the day because it will help pull on that scar during the day. And if your scar is irritated, don't put it on. Let it take a break. It's okay. You can use it as you need it, okay? So that's number 1. My other thing I love using is called Chisio tape. I prefer this brand, Chisio Tex. I started taping with it over 20 years ago, and I love it. So, one of the things I like about it, I'm a therapist. I have a therapy clinic, and so I need to be able to use it for every skin type. So I have older people, I have younger people, I have people after surgery, I have people who don't have surgery. And I have just found that this brand has just been really consistent for all the types of people that I need. So use whatever brand you want to use. I buy it in bulk because I have a clinic. You can buy a small roll. This tape is a little bit more expensive, and there's a lot more technique to using it. This tape, so I like to use 6 squares, right? 6 squares. So most tapes have squares. You can buy it or it's already pre-cut for you, and usually they have 5 squares. That's fine. Doesn't matter. This requires a little bit more technique. It has paper tape is great because there's really no technique. The technique is like how you're applying it, when you're using it, that kind of stuff. This is really for pain. So a lot of times, because you're trying to move so much, you'll develop some forearm pain, right over here, because you're trying so hard. So these muscles are working so hard. So one of the things I like to do is if I pull the muscle up this way and it feels better, I get some relief. This is what I do for my patients. I use a little bit of Chisio tape, and it's sticky on the fabric. It's breathable on the fabric side. See how the little holes? And then it's breathable on the sticky side. So you can actually get this wet. You can shower with it. It should last for 3 to 5 days, right? So one of the things that I like to do, right, is, well, it depends. If it feels good, if you pull your muscles down like this and it feels good, then you want to tape it down. If you pull it up and it feels good, then you want to put it up. So let's pretend that we want to pull it down, right? So sometimes it will change depending on where you are in your recovery. So at the beginning, you might want to pull it down. Later on, you might want to pull it up. So let's pretend we're just pulling it down and it feels really good because it kind of is like relaxing your muscles and allowing your muscles to move. So I always tear off one square of the paper. I put my wrist into flexion and I just kind of stick it on there with no tension. On the paper, it has a 10% tension. So then all you do is keep your wrist pulled down like this. Pull on that paper. It's a little bit harder to do on your own self, right? Pull it down, take it off the paper, and then you're going to pull the tape just a little bit, and you're going to slide it all the way down, all along the muscle where you have pain, right? And then you just rub it in. And then you take the tape off the paper, put a little bend in your elbow and lay it down. That way the ends are not pulling on your skin. So this is one great way that I'll tape my patients to have less pain in the forearm. There's lots of different ways to tape. This is one way. You can tape on the other side as well. Sometimes I like to tape right here because people with distal radius fractures, they have pain when they turn their palm up and down. So I'll use a piece of Chisio tape and I'll tape right here. Just kind of, if you squeeze it together right here and you feel like, oh, that feels better, you probably need a little bit of tape right here just because your muscles are not moving as well as they need to. And all the muscles on this side, this is what we call the ulnar side, all the muscles on this side tend to get really tight because they're not rolling around like they normally do, right? So just putting a little piece of tape right here can be really helpful. Speaking of that side, one of my favorite things to do is, it is perfectly normal when you have a distal radius fracture to have pain on that ulnar side. So you see this ulnar side right here? We have a muscle. We have two thin muscles that come here, and those muscles need to roll around. This bone floats on this bone. And so every time this bone tries to move, it's pushing down on this bone right here on this side. So the radius is going to push into that ulna. And so people tend to have ulnar-sided pain, this pain over here. And it's because they're not able to turn their palm up and down very well. So if you give yourself a little squeeze, this is exactly what I do with my patients. I give them a little squeeze and I ask them to turn their palm up and down. If that feels better, one of my favorite things to do is to use 2B grip, right? I'm sure you can buy this somewhere, but you just need something a little tight on the wrist, right? So I use 2B grip. It is a compressive sleeve. See, it's a compressive sleeve, right? And one of my favorite ways to do it is I just double it over and I wear it like a wristband. So maybe if you have a wristband, right? So all this does, it's a compressive sleeve. So it depends on your size. Size B is quite neutral to a lot of people. And what it does is it helps with the swelling, but it also helps to hold these two bones together and allows you a little bit of ease when you go into turning your palm up and down. These are just little tips used with my patients all the time that help them to, one, take away the sensation of stiffness, or two, take away some of the pain. And that way we can make continued progress in therapy. But these are some of my tried and true tips that I use with my patients all the time. And if you're going to a specialist, ask them about it. I teach them, and I teach them on my other channel at Hand Therapy Secrets. You can ask them about it, or, find yourself a therapist that maybe they have their own tips and tricks that are going to help you to get your full recovery. If you're in Miami, I can help you. I'm going to include my links below so you can give us a call if you need help. All right. Like this video, share it with a friend if they also are going through wrist pain and wrist problems. You never know. And of course, if you want to subscribe so you can see more videos just like this. All right. Thanks for watching.